Do you wake up every morning wondering why you have a void in your life? It's probably because you don't have a sundial. But not just any sundial. We're talking about a portable sundial. One that you can take anywhere you want. Hey everyone, my name is Chris Rickett. And I'm here to demonstrate a nice program that my team and I have created for you guys. We've essentially implemented a program which will allow users to input a latitude, a longitude, and a date, in return receive printable sundials with the correct time. The beauty of our sundial is that it displays the according time to the astrological clock, which accounts for longitude and the error of time corrections. Not just that, but according to what you see now, it's essentially a sundial that has been corrected, not so that the hour lines are set at a particular place, but changed due to a longitude farther away, as well as an error of time, as you see with the very often in equation of time. In particular parts during the year, we actually have a faster or slower time in which the clock should be running. Let's get down to business now. Let's test some values in known places such as California, Sacramento, or even London, England. But we should use our applet for that. So now we can test a latitude and a longitude. So the latitude for Sacramento, California is 38.5817, and the longitude, to show you guys what a normal sundial should look like, we should actually place in the longitude that is closest to the standard meridian. So 120 should actually work. A month, we should actually give a month and a time such as April 15th or so. This gets it the closest to error of time that is very hard. As a discrepancy, it's actually only about 0.2 minutes off, and we can automatically generate our sundial, and it will give us the genomenon as well as the sundial with the hour lines connected to it. Each one is popped up immediately, and they are shown right here, the genomenon as well as the sundial. As you can see, the hour line for the 6 p.m. is extremely small. This just means that there's virtually no error of time. Now we can actually go back to our previous project and run actually another sample of coordinates, such as London, which has a latitude of 51.5171. and a longitude. Let's actually put in the standard meridian so we can get as close as possible of 0, and create the same date just to have no error of time, and generate the same thing. It'll actually create something quite similar, and we actually get the genome as well, and these two objects are actually printable separately, so people can cut them out and use it for their own usage of a sundial. There is one discrepancy that we'd actually like to have people change. You could print it automatically, but we would suggest changing it to a landscape view, as well as changing the pages from 1 to 1, so it doesn't try to chew up 10,000 pages, and you can actually print automatically whichever you'd like. The program also checks for a change in longitude, so if you actually have something very similar but you have a higher amount of longitude, so let's say this one is actually 14 degrees different, that will indicate a larger amount of time increase, and when we generate it, it actually has a quite different 6 o'clock error, where before it was almost directly on the line, but now is raised quite a difference from where it was. Lastly, the program also checks for a error of time, which I was showing earlier, which was not quite the largest difference, but I can give you a different date. Let's say October 21st or so. With the 14-degree longitude, it will actually increase it even more. We get the genome. It actually raised the 7 on the opposite side to a higher angle, as well as the 6 lowering it. So it most likely added more time to it instead of subtracting. Lastly, the program actually does quite well, besides one error that I was actually able to find due to testing that we've done just recently, but input checking has not been completely corrected, and I've been able to actually place in some values that shouldn't be allowed, such as Barbra Streisand, and I'm actually able to create a sundial to this angle. I'm pretty sure it just takes previous angles and uses them, although we'd much rather have the program check and distribute them correctly, whether the person takes in the input as degrees with minutes and seconds, or with a negative sign for west or negative for south. We can adjust for that correctly, and most likely will be done in the future. A nice product of our program is that we can actually close one of the windows and it closes everything, thus ending the program completely. We'd much rather set up a better program in the future with some input checking a little bit more thoroughly, and hope to bring more source code to the public in the future. Yeah, thank you.